Okay, quick video here. I've got a little tickle in my throat, so I might sound a little different. But at any rate, we had a situation that I needed to resolve. As you can see, I have plenty of lighting here in the garage. And each one of those strips has two fluorescent lights. And there's two right there working. The two over there are shorter. They're all controlled by a single flip of the switch. However, when I went to flip the switch the other night, only this one and this one was shining, and I didn't know what was going on with that. So I started looking at the wiring, thought perhaps up in the garage part over top there was some bad wiring, a short or something that connected these three. And I chased all that down, that wasn't an issue. And then finally I determined that it was ballast. Those little boxes you see in each of those fluorescent lights, those fluorescent strips, there's a ballast that regulates the flow of the volts that goes in there. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Some of you have these lights in your kitchens. We actually have a set in the kitchen, and I had to replace the ballast at one point. Real easy to do. Something you can check. Sometimes it is the light, but typically those lights will last a long time. I mean, you can run them as much as you want, and they'll keep right on going. Of course, I did check my lights first. I thought perhaps all the lights were gone out. So there's all my lights. So I took each of those lights and I put them in there, and they all work. So that took me back to either there was no current getting to those or the ballasts were bad. So did determine that the ballasts were bad. So what I did, I took my voltmeter, and this is what you can do. And I've got just a $20 voltmeter, but it's pretty comprehensive. And it has leads to it. And I could have taken those leads and probed the connectors and checked for current, but that's not necessary with this particular voltmeter, because there is a non-contact voltage feature. And basically I'm going to press this. It's activated, and let's go here and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, right now this cord here, there's no current on this cord, perhaps. So you always want to assume there is current on it. So let's check it. Okay, I'm not getting any reading. Now that cord, as you can see, has a toggle switch on it. And so when I switch that, then you will get a live cord, and that will in turn power the disco ball. Okay, now that's just for parties and birthday parties and having just fun. Okay, so let's try that. I'm gonna try this with, I'll let you see though, as I flip it. No cards up the sleeves or any tricks. There you go, you see the light. Now let's make sure this is energized now. Okay, see that? So that's a hot cord, that's a hot wire. Now, I'll let you see this as well. So when we turn the lights out, I tell you what, that thing is awesome. You can have a great birthday party or a celebration of any type. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, you would assume that the current is gone, and that's a safe wire to grab hold of, but I don't want to do that. I want to make sure and just double check. So I'll come back here, and that wire is safe. Okay, so what I did is I used this, and I'm gonna come up here to the strip, the first strip. And as you can see, that's the ballast. Each one of the ballasts has to have, voltage coming into it to power that fluorescent light. However, the fluorescent light can't handle a large surge over a long period of time. I mean, it's definitely going to draw a lot of current. It eventually will go out very quickly. So what this thing does is it takes, you see the black and the white wire coming in. It brings in 120 volts into that ballast. And then it transforms it, it breaks it down, sends it out on that blue and that red wire to the ends that make contact with the fluorescent lights, the correct amperage, voltage, and in turn you have lights. So let me move this, okay, down here. Now just to show you once again, I'm gonna check. Okay, there's voltage coming in to that ballast. Okay, we're here. Let's go back here. So I'm gonna get the voltage going to the ballast. Okay, you got voltage coming in, as you hear that, but then something happens. You get no voltage coming out. Okay, so over here, all right, be careful where you're sticking these things, but I've already checked this and I know where to make my placements. And so pressing that, there's no voltage coming out. Once again, it is hot. So that tells you there's a bad ballast. So what you do is you look on there, you find out what the replacement is, go ahead and order a new one, and it's plug and play. Put your stuff back together, clean your lights, and you've got a finished job. So it looks like, I thought at first that all three of them just went out simultaneously, but that wasn't the case. I'm sure one of them went out and I said, well, I've got 3 more sets of lights, 4 of the small lights over here, so I've got plenty of lighting. Then the second set went out and I said, that's great, I still got plenty of lighting. But when that third set went out and I'm here in the garage trying to do some little work on a vehicle, then I'm starting to say we need to see what's going on here. So in each case, these ballasts are bad. And we'll go check one more. That one in particular over there. Let me get back in place. Okay, here I am. I'm coming up the ladder. Be careful going up the ladder, especially when you don't have anyone down there to hold it for you. Make sure you've got it nice and secured and on level ground or concrete, wherever you're at. So that red wire there should be hot. The blue should be hot. If you're going to get any kind of lighting, you have to have power on those wires. So once again, I want to make sure I've got the current coming in right here. So I'm going to take and use my non-contact voltage checker. Okay. Okay, so we do have power coming in. Power coming in on the black and white. Sorry about that camera view, it's kind of moving on me. Okay, that black and white wire, that's my house wiring coming in. Oh, excuse me. Now, I want to check this. Okay, there's no power on these. So that ballast is bad. Now I can see a little charred area there. It looks like actually a bug got on there and got charred, but that ballast is bad. And that ballast is bad. I've checked them. And so I've got to go back and get that light. But at any rate, it's easy to check these things, and you don't have to have one of these. That's the non-contact voltage, non-contact voltage regular checker. You don't have to have one of these. You can use, they got the little sticks that you just touch the wiring and it makes a sound or lights up. Or you can just use the probes, the little things that stick in there, and you check it that way. Well, that's the case. I'll get those ordered and replaced, and I'll have plenty of light in here. Once again, so until next time, hey, I'm Brother James, and this is something you can do. And if you got a vehicle, you've got a home, basically you want to maintain and improve and move those things forward that you have, especially your relationship with Christ. All right, talk to you later. Praise the Lord. Bye-bye.